It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we are back with another movie. We have a patron request from our patron Skip, who has chosen for us Lorenzo's Oil from 1993. What do you know about this movie, Nate?
Nothing. I have no idea what to expect from this.
Yeah?
Yeah, no.
I don't really have any idea what to expect from this either. I've heard it mentioned briefly on an episode of Community.
Okay.
But the synopsis they give there is almost certainly not correct.
Yeah, okay.
Especially given we're looking at this poster, it says Nick Nolte and Susan Sarandon. In Community, they said the movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis and Lorenzo Lamas. So I don't think that that's accurate.
No, it doesn't seem like it, no.
This is about them giving each other piggyback rides. So I don't think that that's accurate.
No.
And I think this is probably going to be a more serious movie than that. So I'm sorry if you came here for a serious reaction and we're goofs.
Yeah. We sure are. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this. I just don't. I've never even heard of this movie before.
I see.
But it is sitting, according to our information splash page, at 93% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes, and I'm also seeing directed by George Miller. That's interesting. Does that name mean anything to you, Nate?
It does, but I can't think of contextually what.
This is a versatile film director who directed, I believe, Babe.
Okay.
And he directed Happy Feet, the movie about the dancing penguins.
Okay.
Also, most notably, the creator and mind behind the Mad Max franchise.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. So this could go any number of ways.
Yeah. George Miller's most recent movie is Furiosa, a Mad Max story, you know? But
Whoa.
This is one of his older movies.
Okay.
So I guess that's a piece of it, too.
I'm hoping there's like a crazy deformed guy with a rock and roll guitar like strapped to the front of a car.
I think we're more likely to see a talking pig.
Okay. All right.
But I don't know
Fair enough.
if either one will show up.
No dancing penguins though. We
No.
can probably agree on that.
Mocap dancing penguins. We don't have anything to say about this for our pre-discussion because we don't know what we're about to watch. So we're just going to dive into Lorenzo's Oil here. We have a Patreon link down there. You can check that out if you want to. Help us support the channel. Thanks a lot. Here's this movie.
East Africa.
Bujuni Papa, Anata, Quentin Yambani, Italia, Quas Babuko, American Yanya, Hazina Ladisico Camo about 80. Like,
They sure do, kid.
Okay.
Would that kite fly?
I think so.
Oh, there you go.
It's a pretty basic structure to get a
Yeah,
kite to
I
fly, I
guess.
think.
Good point.
Here he is, the cleverest boy in the world.
Washington.
Okay.
Okay.
Is Lorenzo having any problems at home?
not that I know of, why?
Laura Linney has looked exactly the same for 30 years.
Mrs. O'Donnell, is there some trouble at home?
Why do you assume the trouble's at home?
Because there's nothing here that explains his behavior. It's disturbed.
Uh-oh. What's he doing? Whoa! That's trouble at home, I would say.
Sure is.
Lorenzo needs to be in a special ed class.
Huh.
Special ed our son needs will be provided at home.
Anyhow, it was
That's-
snowing, and he.
I don't
began to
think
rub
that's the
my
right
hands to warm them
reaction.
up. No. He then produced photos of his wife and children.
This is blitzing past us very fast.
Yes, it is.
Why is the music so sinister?
Yeah.
Lorenzo's fallen off his bike and he is really bleeding.
Oh.
Oh, such a brave.
Doing just fine here.
Ouch. Ouch.
That's a nasty head wound.
Why? No. Ah! He's obviously having something's going on. Poor kid, yeah.
The pacing of this movie is hard for me to hang with so far.
We're gonna run some tests, and we are gonna get to the bottom of this.
That guy seems to care.
Lorenzo, would you like to go feed the goldfish?
It's all right, sweetheart.
Do I?
We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Go ahead.
So he has to talk to them, that means...
Yep.
This is intense right out of the gate as a father, I gotta
Yep.
say.
Please, doctor, without equivocation. There is a family of diseases. It's quite rare. The leukodystrophies. Lorenzo has one of them. It's called
Okay.
ALD.
You don't want to hear you have a very rare disease.
Its progress is relentless. The end is inevitable.
Jesus.
All boys with ALD die, usually within 2 years of diagnosis.
Bedside manner, dude.
He said no fluff.
He said no equivocation. You can still deliver it.
Guess, yeah.
Oh, man.
And there are no exceptions.
I am so sorry.
Dude.
Problem is that 10 years ago, this disease hadn't even been identified. We're still trying to understand just what it is.
Okay, so then let's spearhead the trial
let's
to
do
fix it. What can we do with Lorenzo? If you're telling us we have 2 years best case scenario, then let's use him.
Right.
There's absolutely no treatment.
She's angry. His anger has developed inside her.
You know, normally at this point,
I'd be angry too.
we try to be constructive. We try to focus on what can be done. But in this case,
Jesus. You're right, his bedside manner is terrible.
Get somebody else in there
some
to
kind
deliver
of
it
hope.
with him.
Any kind of hope. I mean, they have to tell him too, right? Do doctors tell him?
No, his parents tell him. Absolutely.
Oh my God,
I can't take this,
why
man.
Are we? Oh. God.
When we get home, can we read a story?
Of course, my darling.
We sure can, buddy. Oh man, you just wouldn't part with him again, you know? Oh, I'm gonna... this movie...
Yeah. Ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. From now on, man.
No, I can't do this. I can't do this one, man.
We usually try our best to like keep things light on this channel. This is brutal.
I love my kids a
Yeah.
lot, and this is really, really hard.
Oh.
I can't watch this kid deteriorate.
There's no way to reverse neurological damage. All we can hope for is to slow the
So
cascade
to
of
try and
symptoms.
prevent it
Yeah.
from going further.
You'll be helping us understand the biochemistry of this heartless disease.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Right.
you try to learn what you can from his case to help boys in the future.
Right.
We should arrange some genetic counseling.
Oh, Dr. Nicholas, it's highly unlikely that we will have another child.
Oh, no, but your sisters and their daughters, they may all be carriers. We need to test.
Shit.
Only my family? What about his?
No. ALD is passed only through the mother.
It's on the X chromosome or something.
ALD is only carried on the female chromosome.
Excuse me. Are you saying that Lorenzo got this directly from me?
That's not
you
your
didn't-
fault.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what?
Goes from mother to son.
I understand why
Then
she's...
how did I get it?
Well, the woman gets it from her mother.
Exactly. Yeah, just travels on the
I
X.
inherited the defect. Why don't I have the disease?
Because it's only affects
The
boys.
woman is only the carrier, nothing
Yeah.
else. With each conception, she has a 50-50 chance of passing
Yeah,
on the
it's the
defect.
Punnett square.
Well, because the woman has two X's, so and it's on one of them.
That's right, yeah.
Either passes or doesn't.
It's all arbitrary, you know. No one is to blame.
Yeah, you couldn't know.
I think this is a true story based on these dates.
It does kind of seem that way.
So maybe this is going to be the story of how they figured out this disease. I'm really
I
hoping
hope so.
this kid is
I
alright.
can't take much more of this, honestly. I don't even have any kids. I can only imagine what you're feeling like right now. It's
It's hard to think about.
Lorenzo's saturated fats have risen. We eliminate them from his diet, and in his blood they increase. If these very long chains
Too early to tell. We need the study to run for the full 6
And that
it doesn't have very much time left.
avoiding apple skins and pizza has no effect on this brutal disease. Now, please, doctor, please.
Because I understand the trade-off of his quality of life. You let him have things he likes if it's not bad for him.
Right.
We're about to try immunosuppression.
Why have we not heard of this before?
Immunosuppression is highly experimental, so the protocol has been limited to 6 boys.
They're trying wild stuff because they don't know what is going to work.
This is all-out chemotherapy. We're going to be suppressing his immune system. It's very high risk. We're going to need to keep him here at least 3 weeks.
Chemotherapy.
Now, knowing all of this, do you still want us to go ahead with it?
God. Just being the ones who are, like, responsible
Given the
for...
alternatives, yes.
It's like, if you don't do it, he's gonna die, but if you do it, it might make it that much worse, or if you do the wrong thing, it could have been fixed, but now it can't, and God. And then you also just have to hope that, like, all these medical professionals are, like, actually have the patient's best
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lorenzo
outcomes in heart.
I've spoken to you about it.
Even if they do have his best interest at heart, what is this experience like for him? It's still... I can't handle this, man.
I'm going to put you up here so we can all see you, okay?
Kidding me? In front of a lecture hall?
Yeah.
Beg your pardon, Lorenzo?
Oh, God.
Asks why all these people are here.
God.
They're all doctors, and they want to learn how to help other boys in the future.
Other boys with the boo-boo?
Yes, darling.
Oh, God.
Due mostly to hyperreflexia, but exacerbated by the encroaching paresis. You're doing very well, Lorenzo. Keep coming.
Only if you stop talking like that.
So is that all just from the disease or some of it from the chemo too?
Yeah, probably a mixture of both, but like I'm assuming obviously the decreased motor skills and stuff is going to be from the disease, but the hair loss is probably the chemo.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. O'Done. Have I got that right?
This one's a struggle, you guys.
Eller Muscatine. I'm with the ALD Foundation.
Our son has complied with this diet, and yet his levels of saturated C24 and C26 have risen for 2 months in a row.
That's exactly what's happened to Jaybird.
Well, perhaps
They're going to figure out some opposite approach.
publishing cookbooks, we should ask ourselves if the diet is working at all.
Huh. They're all like, oh.
Damn right we should.
Okay.
Maybe we should, could we have a show of hands?
Yes.
And maybe we'll see how many families
I mean,
there are.
is that what this is?
Formal pilot study, it has to run the full 6 months. We're not scientists. We don't take it on ourselves to interpret experiments. Solemn response.
These kids have ticking clocks.
Right.
I understand the science argument, but
The only way that the doctors can get useful results is with a strict protocol and statistical samples in a control group.
And a proper time frame. Doctors have to be very careful. A clinical trial.
that's all true.
That is true.
I
not
don't know,
wrong.
but I understand parents of individual kids
Right,
with
that's
ticking
the
clocks
thing.
don't care about that.
So what you're saying is that our children are in the service of medical science.
Yes, that's exactly what they're saying,
How
and that's a
very
problem.
foolish of me. I always assumed that medical science was in the service of the sufferers. Yes.
But yeah,
I guess
when they're
medical
trying-
science's position is it's too late for your children and they're trying to serve future children is what the science thinks, right?
Further salvaging our marriages and managing our
It's
grief. What about
even more complicated than that, I
no one
think.
here
It's
is
Yeah,
discussing the children.
It's like we can't know what works until we know what doesn't, and there's no simulation.
Mary,
Exactly.
Only
further to add, I would like
It takes time to do it.
Yeah.
Very long-chain saturated fats are introduced by what we eat, all right?
Yes.
Now, also produced by the body or manufactured by the body, these very same
Yep.
fats.
Biosynthesis.
The sink gets filled, and it takes a while to drain after you turn off the tap.
Because
Okay.
his saturated C24 and C26 rise to 4 times the normal level.
This is the right way to think about this.
So, logically, we should take him off the diet.
Hmm? It's the biosynthesis is the problem, then.
I think I have an explanation for the paradox. Lorenzo, kiss your clever mother. Polish rats with a fatty acid storage disease. Here, let me...
What now?
Kitchen sink. Here's our tap for what we eat.
Okay. We'll just keep this drawing up there.
Their body cells compensated by overproducing it. So if this holds true,
Exactly.
they stop the rats producing one kind of fat
By introducing
by
a
loading
different
their
one.
diet with another kind. So maybe we could stop Lorenzo's body from producing saturated C24 and C26.
But give him different fats.
Another kind of fat. You know,
Yeah.
Okay.
And Michaela and myself.
What sort of oil do you think they're going to use?
In the discussion.
I don't know. Canola oil?
I don't know about that.
This is for your boy. I grow the best organic produce in Virginia.
Thank you.
You don't remember me.
That's a
Wendy Gimbel.
huge bushel of
Foundation Family
vegetables.
Conference. We think what you're doing is fantastic.
Good.
Hello, Jay. Come on in. Thank you.
When I read in the newspaper about what you were doing, I thought it was about
Good amount of veggies.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's a ton of veggies.
Lorenzo? Yes, Lorenzo.
Oh, God.
Jake, he's a young man of your age.
Look, Lorenzo, a great big pumpkin.
God.
What, sweetheart?
I
I'm sorry, Lorenzo. Let's try that again.
Uh-oh.
This morning I could still understand
Poor boy.
Yeah.
For the last 6 months,
Although-
all our ALD boys have been on a regimen which excludes saturated C24.
Start as many possibilities as possible. until
Right, but
something
there's
works.
opportunity costs.
Right,
Anything you
yeah.
pursue, you can't pursue something else at that time. You know, it's
From patients with ALD, I took fibroblasts, skin cells, okay? I incubated them with oleic acid and reduced the levels of saturated C24 and C26 by more than 50%.
You said oleic acid.
Yes, monounsaturated C18 is the principal component of olive oil.
Well, surely this is the basis for a therapy.
olive oil.
These are preliminary studies in cultured cells. We don't know it will work in a human being.
Well, then.
Well, let's just start drinking olive oil then.
What's the downside? Yeah.
Pure oleic acid would be very toxic to an intact organism, an
Oh,
animal.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then can't you take ordinary olive oil and extract the C24 and C26?
You could, but it's a very complicated procedure and it would be very, very expensive.
Okay.
Especially to produce the quantities needed for a clinical trial.
Yeah,
And
that's
have
the
you
other
tried
thing. It's like that
contacting
would have to
chemical
be
companies?
No one will tool up for that.
forever,
Not for an
basically.
experiment, not for...
Then you haven't tried.
No.
All these other things that stand in the way
Right.
of trying things that could hypothetically lead somewhere. You know.
Better beep, better bad, better poop.
It's really it's a very rare disease and the most
Oh, God.
symposium, and that was the oleic acid in triglyceride form.
It's like they just have to. They have to keep reminding us about.
Yeah.
It. Like, oh, this is getting worse and worse.
This is it's beautiful.
Oh, don't drop it.
It's harmless. It's like sugar. And yet, to a diabetic, sugar can be lethal. You see, the
Exactly.
problem is we don't know to what extent Lorenzo can metabolize fats.
Well,
Well,
You should see him. We gotta
Right.
try something.
do know to what extent he's suffering. So.
Yeah.
I'm of absolutely no use to you whatever, unless I can maintain my objectivity.
And I am not a scientist. I am a father. And nobody can tell me what dressing I put on my kid's son.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, really, you're of no use to me whatsoever if you can't help my kid. I don't care about your objectivity.
We think 40 grams a day.
No, that's too much.
The fact that they're even carrying that
30.
bottle in this
Yes, any more than
room
that might damage your...
makes me nervous.
We had this special olive oil, which Mama found. All right.
How much are you putting in? Is that okay?
I think it's just a lot. Saturate his system with it.
Well, the
so-
doctor said too much at one dose he suggested, so I don't know. I assume that he knows what he's doing.
I have Lorenzo's results, and there's been a small drop in the saturated C24 and 26, about 15%.
15%?
That's...
Not to get carried away. It could be a spontaneous variation.
But it's been...
Am I allowed a tiny squeak of joy?
We'll know more next month.
It's gone up every time so far, right? So 15%. Yep. Yeah, look at that! Look at that!
There we go!
That is not nothing. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's not nothing.
You have to...
I would be extremely excited about that.
I understand the science-minded people and that mindset completely in terms of that being the way medical science operates, but I also fully understand that it's of no help to the parents.
Seizures?
Seizures, yeah.
Kid's a good actor, too. Oh.
No, not a seizure. It's a paroxysm. It's triggered by saliva in the windpipe.
Regular.
And what in any other child would just be a cough to get rid of it. And Lorenzo becomes this scrambled chain of reflexes that amplifies into what you have just seen.
Jeez! Yeah, at this point, this doctor's just like, you know, I don't know.
These parents don't seem to be willing to give up, ever. And he's not trying to tell them to give up, but I mean, he just sees how relentless they are. Down again. Boom!
There we go, yeah!
But we have observed this.
You gotta contact other parents directly if these organizations aren't gonna listen to you. You gotta start contacting the parents and telling them this is working.
He asked us not to tell the other parents.
What?
Yes.
Too bad! Tell them!
Oh, I just...
But the foundation has a mailing list.
I mean, also, just, I know, I get it, but I understand the whole, like, hold on. Let's just make absolutely sure this thing doesn't spike or cause him, like, some kind, you know, like, other health,
yes,
like, major reactions.
You do have to be aware of that, certainly, but I also understand those considerations are not relevant to the parents that are in it, you know?
It has to be a mistake.
They're back up. Just didn't drop anymore.
Yeah. Well, it dropped, looks like a little bit.
Yeah.
But not to the degree that they were seeing before. But that's that same thing that, you know, it takes a little while for the body to, like, equalize and stuff. And increasing the dose isn't necessarily going to make it better, but if it keeps going down and down and down, that's good, I think.
Not dropping.
But how low does it need to be? I mean, I guess any amount.
They're not supposed to be built up. It's supposed to be burnt off by the body.
There has to be a life beyond Lorenzo.
Yep.
What are you telling me, that I should give up on this now?
Oh, man. We both know that even if you get his levels down to normal, his brain can't fix itself.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's...
how much smiling does he have left? You ever ask yourself that question?
No, that's enough.
No.
That is
Don't
enough.
bullshit me.
Yeah, you can't just refuse to talk about this.
You have to help me with her. I mean, she doesn't eat, she doesn't sleep. I'm afraid for her. I think she's losing it.
She definitely is.
For sure.
She is with him, she just can't let him go.
Poor Deidre. Spoken as only a woman who's never had a child could speak.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Speaking of, do you think he has no voice, that he has no will to live? He asserts it through us. If you can't understand, there's no place for his house.
He asserts his will to live through his connection to his parents, you know?
Yes.
I think you're losing it, Michaela.
Well, then I think you should go.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
So help her pack her bags. I'm going back to our son.
You threw out your sister now?
You think I'm crazy because I speak for our son?
Yes. I mean, it's horror. I get it. It's like the insanity of that comes from helpless, total destruction of your mental health from horrible circumstances.
Oh, dude!
No, I get it.
Lost the high ground in an instant.
It's just...
You deserve to be slapped for that, man. This is not her fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, she can't take it anymore.
Like, I mean, yeah, you get thrown out, you leave.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, at least they brought him to a hospital. There was no way that was going to be a good situation.
I don't know what else to do.
Listen to him cry. Listen, that's suffering.
There's no reason to prolong this. I mean,
I don't think he'll have to endure it much longer.
Yeah. Yeah. That's horrifying.
I can't listen to him scream. Oh my
God.
God.
They just can't accept it. Yeah, there's no way to live.
But you couldn't just... I completely understand the mentality of just one more second, just one more second, just one more second. You know?
But at some point, it's only selfishness. Like if he could speak,
I couldn't. You know? I wouldn't be able to get over the selfishness.
I know.
I would still like.
Can you hear me, my darling?
Mm-hmm. Can he?
This is too much for you, my sweetheart. But then you fly. You fly as fast as you can to baby.
Oh fuck.
Mom and Papa will be okay.
There you go. I know. I feel heartless even saying it, but it's like it's just no way for a person to live. Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
I have rarely seen anything like this boy's tenacity.
I mean,
it's holding on. A year of this.
I mean, what'd you say? It was 21 months ago that they were happy in Africa.
I am looking for the long end of fatty acid genes.
All right, write it down for me. Write it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Write it down.
I think everyone in the library probably knows these people.
This is the guy with the sick kid.
Yeah.
It's one article in the Veterinary Science Journal about pigs, but at least it's on your long chain fats.
Well, thank you, Listen, I'm very sorry.
Oh, well, you're Italian.
There you go. He's Italian and desperate, so he really gets to make as much of a scene as he wants.
Sometimes I wonder, my love, if people realize how incredible you truly are.
They better fix this kid.
This is...
We've seen a lot of harrowing stuff on this channel, and this is far and away the most harrowing thing we've ever watched.
No, this is simple-minded work. See,
are you researching, or are you making paperclip chains?
It's 2 carbon.
Oh, he's diagramming.
No. Put another one on.
Here's your stuff and enzyme complexes.
Thank you. Mille grazie.
Prego.
Being a librarian in this time period too, pre-computers would just be like
unsung heroes.
Read every book, in the whole place, pretty much.
It means that there has to be some kind of relationship going on. We affect each other some way. There's some kind of interplay. But what is it? What is it?
She's not following you.
No, he doesn't know either, though.
5, 6, 7 candles.
Oh, God!
Make a wish.
Oh!
Hey, he made it to his 7th birthday. He's alive.
Yeah. It's a fun shot.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Oh, he's dreaming.
Did he have a breakthrough? He just figured it out.
There is one enzyme for both chains. It's the same bloody enzyme. So we have a way to trick nature.
Yes, it's a principle called competitive inhibition.
Right. So,
okay.
So we add a second barrier. We block the bad guys further up the chain.
Need
They saturate
like
further
a
up
22 or something like that?
C22 and C24. Then we
24.
stop the bloody thing.
Because 26 and 28 were the problems, right?
Well, that's erucic acid.
Yes, exactly.
Erucic acid.
Is that... Edible?
As for erucic acid, it creates cardiac problems in rats. And once it's not safe for rats, I don't know what justification there can be.
Yeah.
For using it as thank you,
Yeah.
as a therapy on humans.
I mean, given that their son is so on the brink anyway, they can try it.
Yeah.
Is the chief component in rapeseed oil, right? Yes. Rapeseed oil is a common food in China.
Didn't I say
Oh my
canola
God, you
oil?
did say canola oil. Jesus.
Oh
man.
my God!
Cardiac
No
lipidosis,
way.
myocardial lesions.
I was joking.
Yeah, I know you were.
Something goes wrong. What then?
Exactly.
And I suppose the risk-reward ratio is too unattractive for you.
Well, no.
The Hippocratic
it's your
Oath has
kid,
do no
yeah,
harm. You
right.
can't, like, make them worse, you know?
Boy, is not enough reward for you to risk the reputation of the institution and the esteem of your peers.
No.
It's about...
It's the ethics
Your
of...
responsibility is merely towards
his-
your own child. My responsibility is towards
yeah.
all the boys that suffer from this disease.
Yes.
Now and in the future.
The parents are wondering, what can I, the individual, know is true? He's asking, what can science claim is true? Those are
Right,
very
yeah.
different questions.
We are not asking, Doctor,
We're telling
for
you.
your anguish or your applause. We are asking merely for a little courage.
I mean, can they just do it?
Maybe,
Are they just
yeah.
gonna do it?
I mean, they don't know exactly what to do.
I've been doing difficult fractionations for 40 years, and I'd like to have a stab at it.
How long you think, Mr. Satterby?
I've only 6 months before I retire, so we'll see.
Then I let you get on with it. But call me.
Sounds like Ringo Starr is 100 years old.
This guy looks like he can handle it.
Yeah.
Michaela? Hi, Lorenzo.
Jake's not in
Her
school.
garden must just be off the chain.
Oh no. She said her other son is not feeling well. He's got the symptoms now.
Thank you for my potatoes.
Say hello, son.
He saw his brother go to it too. How scared
Yeah.
is he?
Oh, Tony.
God.
Yeah, and just immersing in the world of it, of coming to know so many of the other
Yeah.
children that are sick with it.
Jaybird, and he knows what's in store for him.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
The unspeakable fear.
Yeah.
The poor, as the parent, you know, you want anything to take it on yourself instead. Give it to me and save him.
Right.
You know?
Times were very hard, and a day came when there was no food except a little stale bread. But Hansel was like you, my darling. He was a clever lad.
Yeah, she's completely disconnected from
Brought it on herself. She can
the reality of the situation.
I want someone who can give him more than medication and suction, someone who will minister to his mind and his soul.
Yeah, see? This is not good. I mean,
that's not a nurse's job.
She doesn't well, she also just like doesn't
I asked him to come and stay with us.
she's delusional.
Lorenzo, surrounded by women all day. I don't want our son to grow up haggard.
You cannot take the boy out of his fishing village and bring him here to nurse Lorenzo.
Yeah, she still is operating on the notion he is going to recover.
Yeah, and he's gonna grow up and
Exactly, yeah.
In the letter that you wrote to him, did you tell him what he will see when he walks in?
Yeah. This is not the boy he knew.
Would you have me describe him as a biochemical conundrum?
No,
He's bedridden,
Yeah.
not speaking, not aware.
When you look at him, what do you see?
My son.
she's trying to make him say what she's unwilling to admit so that she can get mad at him about it. I have a lot of sympathy for her situation, but like this would be extremely difficult for the people around her to like deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Come si fa sapere
And
cosa nella
yeah, they can't rebuild the stuff, right?
Yeah, no, there's no going back. There's no reversing this.
del mio unico desiderio e di riaverlo come era prima.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully that got through. Yeah, was not prepared for this at all.
Hopefully you tell him in the car. I guess even if you're told about it, actually being confronted with it.
Lorenzo. Amore is here.
He doesn't react. He's gonna come up with something.
There's a bottle of pure erucic acid triglyceride on my bench. Will you see that it gets to young Mr. Adorni as soon as possible, please? I'm off home now. Bye-bye.
Okay, see, I did it.
It's just like
a brilliant chemist. It's just like, okay, I did the thing, so...
I recognize that guy, too.
We take my blood levels every week, and I have a cardiogram every few days. We should know enough to start Lorenzo even sooner, don't you think?
They're testing it on themselves first.
Mm-hmm. Because it's fucking poisonous.
I'm not sure if it... Yeah.
They said it was, it can cause...
Bad for your heart,
Yeah, it can cause...
I'm here to be Lorenzo's rat.
Oh?
That's a very kind offer, but I can't let you. I'm a carrier just the same as you. My blood levels are just as high as yours. I've had my baseline taken.
Come on, let her help.
Yeah.
What's wrong? It's your sister.
Oh, I have been wanting to meet Lorenzo.
She has no love left in her soul for anyone except for her son.
Yeah.
That's it.
I've been fasting all day. Okay.
I mean, so is it literally just canola oil, or it's like a special kind of synthesized canola oil?
It's canola oil, and they took out the other two.
Yeah.
Good.
Long chain fatty acids.
Why is she so much contempt for her sister?
She's just got contempt for the entire universe right now.
Yeah.
We're all terribly grateful to you. Oh, no. Not to mention Dee Dee, the family rat.
Guinea pig, I think, is the term they use now, right?
Yeah.
Look, we have a problem with this blood sample.
Got a problem. What is the problem?
Could there have been a mistake in the labeling?
There's no long chains in it. It's empty.
Well, we ran the assay twice, and the levels of C24 and C26 read normal.
Yeah!
No. Wait.
Normal means they're like a normal person.
What is the name on the sample?
Lorenzo Michael Murphy O'Done.
That's O'Donnell.
He's so happy.
No, there's no mistake. But thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. That person has no idea why they're testing this blood.
Yeah.
It's like,
call him and see if this was a mistake.
Supposed to be some extra long chain something in there.
Yeah, they're not in there. Go tell her, yeah.
Lorenzo's levels are normal. Play.
And like, yeah, that's wonderful news. I understand the celebratory atmosphere in that moment, but like, that's...
You can save this boy, you know?
Our oil you gotta produce, huh?
There aren't that many potatoes in the world.
Okay. How much produce for your son's life?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna need a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah, what is that?
What happened to the suction machine?
There's no need, Michaela.
What?
All last night he made to swallow for himself.
No.
He's recovering.
No way.
What a big, strong
His half his life. He was not yet 6 when he contracted this.
Yeah. So it seems to have reversed some of the worst stuff, but like now he's like, okay, how do I rebuild his nervous system.
Even if you get all his biology working correctly again, he's now a 10-year-old with the mind of a 5-year-old, you know?
Right, completely damaged, you know. There's
just the failure to live and progress each day in the meantime, you know?
All this struggle, it may have been for somebody else's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only conclusion, really.
It's Lorenzo's life's work, you know?
Right,
you can look
yeah.
at it that way. It's he worked harder than nearly anybody ever has to endure long enough to get this information to pass to other people and save them, you know? He's a hero.
Yeah, and they literally did every single thing in their power.
Yeah, the three of them together are heroic in what they've done.
There we go. Dam broke. I think the realization now that they've finally figured out.
I promised him this world would never be silent. He would never be alone.
They figured it out, but they can't. This can't continue.
A gig was coming along the road. It was driven
Jesus.
by Mr. McGregor, and in the neatest, sandiest hole of all lived Benjamin's aunt
Can you
and
see?
his cousins, Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. Old Mrs. Rabbit was
I don't know.
Can you hear?
earned
He's
her living
reacting.
by knitting rabbit wool mittens and muffatees. I once bought a pair.
She hasn't seen him blink for a long
My
time.
darling, you don't like the story.
He's reacting to her.
Is your middle name Patrick?
Oh, God!
Is it Peter? No, Mommy. Is it Michael? Michael Murphy.
Oh!
Yes. When you close your eyes, does that mean no? Oh, what an idiot that was a yes question.
Oh.
You don't want to hear any more Benjamin Bunny, do you?
Oh!
Patrick reply. Very well, young man.
This is
No more Benjamin Bunny.
fucking me up, man.
Okay. Tell your brain to tell your arm to tell your hand to move your little finger.
Oh, God.
Come on, Lorenzo.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah!
One day, I'll hear my voice.
Huh.
All these words I'm thinking will get outside my head.
Oof.
Hey!
Whoa.
Like I said, he's a hero.
Yep.
For enduring as long as he could.
Damn. They were just like, you know what? You get a medical degree.
You are a doctor, man.
Yeah.
You did it.
Whoa. He recovered his eyesight?
He was learning to communicate by means of a computer. Okay, wow, well. Lorenzo's oil, yeah, you should pull out your phone and look up Lorenzo O'Donnell. Let's see.
My phone's off over there. But
I see. Okay, well, yeah, we can look that up another time, I guess, but...
Here, actually, I'll go get it. We can.
Yeah, let's do that. Watching that kid suffer was,
dude, that was
extremely
harrowing.
hard, yeah.
Well, yeah, this was definitely one of the toughest ones that we've watched on this channel by a long shot. Like, we've definitely...
Yeah, we've done lots of war movies and stuff,
some
which
rough
is, yeah.
stuff for sure. Or, like, you know, I don't know.
Innocent...
Like, Hereditary was, like...
Right, but that's like a
suffering and
scary
misery,
movie. Yeah.
it's like, it hit me in the same spot, but this one much harder for mainly the reason that it was just, like... so viscerally real and
an innocent child, the true story of an innocent child suffering for years on end is
fucking crazy, man.
And I think the discrepancy in the levels of our like physiological response to it probably is a result of I'm a father and you are not.
Yeah,
You know, that's why my body is like reacting to it in ways that It's affecting your mind and my whole physiology.
Yeah, I wasn't tearing up for that exact reason like you were. If I was a parent, I probably wouldn't have been able to like watch this whole thing. I mean, it's the worst. I mean, as somebody who's not even a parent, I can put myself in that place a little bit and say like that it's got to be one of the worst things that a human being can go through is watching the slow, like inevitable degradation of their child's health over a prolonged period of time and feeling totally helpless to change it and do anything about it.
I totally empathize so much with Nick Nolte and Susan Sarandon's characters of their like just refusal to accept that there's nothing else they can do. Because I've had to contemplate I don't know. I'm not even going to be able to discuss this movie in detail without like becoming emotional. Because it's
this was a very good movie, and I will never be watching it again. Well, I'm happy now that I know the ending of it. But I feel like even anybody that I was like, hey, you gotta watch this great movie, would like call me halfway through and just be like, dude, why did you make me watch this?
It's real tough. Yeah, so look up what happened to Lorenzo.
Okay, I hate to tell you this, man.
Just read it.
2000. So this is just off Google. I just typed in his name and it says cause of death, aspirational pneumonia.
Sure. So.
A doctor had predicted he would die in childhood. He died after his 30th birthday.
Hey,
Yeah, so that's a long time, but beyond that, I don't really.
Sure, there's more detail and stuff, but he lived till he was over 30.
Right.
Died sounds like something that's a complication of his condition, but it's because it advanced to the point that it did before he and his parents found a cure for it, so.
I also was just reading here, does Lorenzo's oil really work? And then here's just a little from Healthline.
Yeah.
Just a little snippet. It says, in fact, research suggests that Lorenzo's oil doesn't improve symptoms or slow disease progression in people with advanced ALD who already experiencing neurological symptoms. So I think if it's caught early enough, it can help stabilize. Yeah, but like the nervous system, damage to the nervous system is like essentially irreversible by any like
so it wasn't like the ending of the movie was kind of giving us the impression and the hope that like he was on a slow road back to living a life again, and it sounds like that never really. He probably was bedridden for the rest of his life. I would infer from that.
I think that probably the movie writers had the same exact reaction that we had, where it's like, if this kid isn't on at least like some form of uphill trajectory by the end of this movie, I feel like I will be too depressed to sleep tonight,
Well, and from a Hollywood economic standpoint, your movie's not going to make money if everyone who leaves it is just miserable and tells people that, and it was harrowing enough, but you need to leave people on a note of some kind of a hope for them to tell other people that they should watch the movie,
Like, can you imagine what this post-discussion would be like if that didn't happen? We'd both just be sitting here like, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel really bad now.
Well, the movie would have had to have other elements in it, too, that we'd be discussing, I guess, if it had ended that way. So, I don't know. It's
this is a really interesting... for me, the interesting part of the story is just from the parents' perspective, like, I refuse to take this lying down kind of aspect of it. I like up against something that's like it's degenerative and irreversible. You know what I mean? It's like at a certain point, like, the mom was sort of unwilling to truly accept what was happening. And at first maybe during the movie my reactions will be a little bit frustrated with that, because it's like there's other people involved here who are like, like the dad needs support too.
Exactly, right.
Like everyone was like, but it's like, like I said, the worst thing that a human being can experience is this thing.
It's the kind of thing where you can't fault anyone for their reaction to it, whatever it is. It's just like, that's not something that anybody should be expected to have the correct way to cope with. Right. You react however you react. It's a force of nature. It's not something, I don't know.
It's sort of a weird quirk that I've actually wondered about this in our evolution as beings on this planet, that like we just have a difficult time accepting when something is over. You know what I mean? Or like, you know, it's like maybe after a certain point, like the best option in a situation where they were like in a survival situation would be like, we have to be able to let Lorenzo go, because like
our evolution doesn't work like that.
I know it doesn't. It's just it's a strange quirk though, because like we are willing to like sacrifice so much of ourselves against odds that are pretty much impossible, right?
But it's especially your direct offspring is very literally, from your evolution brain's perspective, your own survival. You know, it is that is protecting your child who's not even grown yet, is literally protecting your own life from a gene perspective and stuff like that. So that's like the factor of what's the logical best decision for the group or anything like that about we need to let Lorenzo go. That does not factor into it for your brain processes. You're like, my genes are here, they're in danger, save them. Hold on, you know, and that's what all our evolution is doing, is protecting and propagating our genes.
And it also kind of feels like up to like after a certain point, like our entire like sense of forward momentum, like scientifically, you know, medically, you know, technologically, has been to that end. Like it's all driven by that. Like that's our only
reason we do anything.
So then once that is threatened, once somebody who is a medical like professional and a scientist and the entire apparatus of that sort of like human impulse is telling you like it's over, there's nothing else you can do, and like we still will sit there and be like, I don't believe you.
Exactly.
I'm not to accept
I didn't hear no bell. I'm not out yet.
Exactly.
You know, it's that kind of thing. It's you I mean, like I said during the movie, it's the just one more second. You know, you want to just hold on tight.
And that's truly the amazing thing about this movie. Like that's what hooked me as somebody who's not a parent, is to just like the acting was incredible. The acting and the writing was
seriously
incredible. I was right there with these people, like through their anguish, and like anguish is like a sense of total helplessness and like inability to reverse, like the train's rolling down the hill and there's nothing you can do.
The need to go back in time and to before this happened, you know? Yeah.
And then stop, and then knowing that like every second it's getting worse, and like every second I haven't found a solution is a second that's gonna I'm never gonna get back.
I totally understand how she was like, how do I spend time eating? How do I spend time going to sleep? When like, you know, like I have to be with him or work on this. Yeah.
And like the people around her going like, but you gotta eat and sleep though, because like the whole thing.
Well, because you do, because you know, it's like, but I understand how your brain just totally goes haywire in that situation, and it's no.
That one was okay, and I like we're not gonna make it a theme on this channel of just like making us feel as horrible as possible on camera.
Yeah. I don't. That was not pleasant.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. We like to have fun here, and I'm glad I watched that because it was good. It was good. I'm glad we saw it. Good suggestion.
Thank you, Skip.
Please don't pitch us.
Take it easy on us.
Too much more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, let's do something fun and actiony, or like, I don't know, even like scary. Like we could do scary, sad, messed up, that kind of thing. But like, the human,
my heart,
the reality.
I need my heart needs a rest.
Like horrible right now.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up for this one. Thanks for watching with us, everybody, and thanks for choosing a movie for us, Skip. Until next time, Skip. I'm Sean.
I'm Nate.
This is Ketchup Packets. Goodbye.